So here we go.
All right, guys, ready to go?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We should be live. So just want to apologize to everybody for the long wait. We had some technical difficulties. I may or may not need a new computer. So anyway, we've excuse me, we have Katie Young here tonight, new executive with us out of New York, currently calling in from Utah. We also have Natalie Wilson in here, who's just on the verge of becoming an executive this month. And so wanted to get both of them on because they've both just shown incredible leadership and consistency and commitment. And so we're just going to start off by hearing some of their stories. And so, Katie, we're going to start with you. Just have you introduce yourself and kind of share why you're doing Nu Skin, and just share some of your experience so far. I know it's been you've been in this a couple, 2-3 months or so now, so kind of just share that experience so far.
Okay, great. So thanks, Nick. I actually saw one of Nick's referral posts. He had a friend doing a referral post for him for toothpaste, and I thought, oh, hey, I want to try it out. And so I contacted Nick, messaged him through his post, and he got right with me and was able to send me some toothpaste. And right after, he followed up a couple of times and asked if I wanted to begin to sell it. And I said, no. I need to try the product first, and I don't do this kind of stuff. But he said, make sure and take your before photos. So I did, and I saw some good results. And he asked again, and I said, well, why not? What do I have to lose after I watched the compensation video, or the 4-minute on social media video, sorry. And with, no kits, no monthly minimums, all of that, I thought I don't have anything to lose. So I put up my first post, and it went, I think I sold like 70 tubes of toothpaste. And anyway, it was a lot of fun. And then I got a lot of interest of what I was doing. No one had really heard of Nu Skin or this toothpaste out where I live in Western New York. So anyway, jumped on, and it's been a fun ride ever since. Been fun to work with Nick and his team, and I'm learning a lot from them. So yeah.
Thanks, Katie. So Katie, just curious, so we talked and you were pretty hesitant to do this. You ended up selling about 75 tubes yourself, those first 2 posts. Then you actually, your very first week, you started doing your own referral posts. And I think in your first week, you sold like 95 to 100 tubes, right?
Yes, yep. So it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was like a really exciting week, and hence I need a new phone because I was on it all the time. Just like you need a new computer, I need a new phone now.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
And so we still talked though, and you were a little hesitant to really kind of jump in. You're like, this isn't my thing. My kids are my #1 priority. We have all this stuff planned in the summer. This is my time to be with them. But I mean, you've just been so consistent. So I just, and always working, and so coachable, and such a team player. So I just want to hear from you, what maybe kind of made you change to really start committing, like, working harder at actually building your team, because you became an executive pretty quick.
Yeah. So, well, thanks to an awesome coach, right? It just really hit, like I could do this like any other mom. Like, we're all busy. We all have that same, we're all busy no matter what. We fill our time with whatever. And I just thought, you know what? I can fill my time with this, and I can fill my time with family, and I can fill my time with our vacations and all of that that's been planned, but I can still do this from my phone anywhere. And I had a good experience when we went away on vacation to New York City and then to Disneyland, and now we're in Utah, and I've been able to work from my phone and still continue. So it made it fairly simple, I guess is the word. It's still work, but it's doable, and anyone can do it from anywhere they're at if they'll just dig in and be a little bit organized, I guess, helps. And it's fun to see people's results. I think that's what else has been fun, is to see all these awesome pictures come through where people are able to spend just a little amount of money and see results that make them feel better. I mean, just with the toothpaste, they feel like a new person and that they can go out and be a star, whatever it is, to help someone. And then that's where I got people joining my team, and they could see that it's fun to make people feel good and be a part of that.
Yeah. And so I just need to share one more thing about Katie. So Katie, the month of June, was pushing really hard. So she started in May, and then at the end of June, we were pushing really hard to help you get to executive. And I remember it was about, you could probably tell the story better than me, but it was about 6 p.m. my time, which, I'm Pacific time. So it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, your time.
Yep,
And
nice.
last day of the month. And how far away were you from becoming an executive?
We were like 800 points, I think, away at least from that. And so you just were like, you can do this. So I hopped on. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. And hopped on and just started messaging people, wondering if they needed additional things, or, a reorder or anything like that. And by midnight, we had it done. So,
Well, that was by midnight Utah time.
right.
So you stayed up
2
until
a.m.
2 a.m. I think
Yeah.
you made about 20 sales after midnight your time, right?
Yep.
On a Friday night.
Yep.
And so I just want to share that because you're the perfect example of no excuses, of someone that sets a goal, is so coachable, and does whatever it takes. And
Well, and it was kind of a rush to like get in and just say, I can do this in, a couple hours, and we did it. So it was fun.
Yeah. And then last thing I just want to hear about, then we're going to go to U.S. opportunity to come and see the company this morning with Brent Bryson. He showed you around. Can you just share your impression? What seeing the company and maybe meeting with Brent, what that's kind of done to you about, and who the company is?
Yeah, it was so great. So I grew up here in Utah, and Nu Skin was always there, but I'd never been onto to the property or to the campus. So it was a lot of fun. I got to meet Brent. So awesome to like walk in, and Brent, who is on the wall for $20 million earner and all of that, took the time to meet and greet and sit and chat with me and show me around, and how cool it was to see like where the science, the center is, where they're testing the products and working on the products. And the feeling when you walk in there is just so exciting, and it just like gives you all this energy, like I can do this. This is awesome, and I'm a part of such a great thing. And there's so much more to it that I need to learn still. And there's so much more that Nu Skin does for people and for good things, and in other countries. And it was just awesome. I mean, there were people there from Texas there, and they knew Brent. And then we walked over to the where they sell the products, the store, and everyone knows Brent, and but so willing to help. And it's like everyone just wants you to succeed, and the feeling there will just carry on the positivity and make you want to push harder to do better. So it was a great experience. Glad I could go today.
Yes, highly recommend for everybody, no matter where you live, to come and see the company. And so let's jump over to Natalie. So Natalie, we also met through a referral post, right? So a girl I did was Emily Maxwell. She did a post, and you became a customer, right? So you bought the product, and then you want to share how you got started?
I bought the product, but I already knew that I wanted to sell it when I bought it from you, but I was going out of town. And so I went out of town, and then when I got back, I think you followed up and asked me if I had used it. And I'm like, no, I just got back in town, but how do I sell this? Do you remember? So I was like, I want to sell this. What do I do? And you're like, yeah, let's get started and let's do your first post. And so we did that, and that's how it happened. So some background on me and Nu Skin. I worked for Nu Skin back in 1998. So I worked in the call center. So when you guys call in and you place orders, that was me. I took orders and I talked to the same girl every day. She called from Asia like several times a day. We all knew her. It was cool. I worked in the high rise, and then they moved us over. Since we were the peasants, they moved us to like the small little building on the side. I don't even think it's there anymore. But it was a fun experience, and it was like a really cool thing to work for Nu Skin. Everyone wanted to work for Nu Skin. We all wanted free product, and it was really hard to get in. I actually had some connections, and so that's kind of my background with Nu Skin, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Background on background on me. I'm from upstate New York, so I don't know where Katie's from, but I'm from Rochester.
Oh my
And
heck, we're just a few hours away.
yeah, and so I grew up there. I grew up with 8 siblings. I've been working since I was like 11 years old. If I wanted new clothes or anything for myself, I had to work for it. So I was taught strong work ethic from a young age, and I was a missionary for my church, and by doing that, I learned Spanish. So I went to the Houston East Mission, and after that, that led me into international sales. And so I'm really excited about us opening up in Mexico. That's really cool. And Nu Skin, the reason why I want to do this is because I really, through the posts and everything, Nick's post was not the first one. Emily's was not the first one that I saw. I saw maybe 1 or 2 before that. And I'm like, this is going to be huge. Like, this is going to blow up, and it's going to be the next big thing. And I want to do this. I want to try it out. And so I decided that, you know, my why for doing this is because I am an actress, and it's really, really hard to do that full time when you're working full time, or to do it at all. If you submit for a role, you have to be available, and a lot of times you don't know when they're going to shoot and when you're going to be working. And so it's really, really hard when you have a job that you like, an office job, because you don't know if you're going to be available to do it. And so a lot of times you miss out on things, and that's my passion. I would love to be able to do that and just go audition for anything whenever. I also love to travel, and it's hard to travel when you live in the US because we're only given like 2 to 3 weeks of vacation time a year. And outside the US, they can travel for like months at a time. And I'm like, I want to do that. What the heck? So that's my why. I guess I can talk about
So
some
Natalie, Natalie's it's just so fun to work with. She's got the just most fun personality. It's awesome seeing you. You know how much of an inspiration you are for your team, and how much fun you make it as well. You came to Success Summit in July, which is one of the biggest events we do all year. And so you bought a ticket. You were in Africa, right? You're going to be going to South Africa soon on this, but you were in Africa traveling. You got back. You were jet lagged. You bought a ticket, $75 to come to the event. You were there. You came the first night, and you kind of pieced out and fallen asleep. I'm going to be drooling on the chair if I stick around here any longer. But you made a commitment to come to all that. And so I just want to hear for you, what did that event do for you as far as how did that change maybe your mindset or perspective about the business and what we're doing here?
Yeah, so I didn't really want to go to Success Summit because I would have had, I had to pay for it. And I was like, heck no, that's like, I can use that money in Africa. What's up? And so I was like, I don't know. And then you guys convinced me to go. And I realized, I was like, I have to try one of these because I think there was like a university too last month, and I wasn't able to go to that. And so I was like, okay, I need to make a commitment and just put forth some effort and show that I'm, dedicated. And so I went to the summit, and then while I was there, the big takeaway I had was when everyone got on stage and they were all qualified for the trip to South Africa, they talked about how long it took them to get qualified. And everyone that was up there, it was like just a couple months. Like some people, it was like crazy just within like a month or month and a half. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally doable. And I decided then, because the hard part was I was gone for 2 weeks in July, and so I missed half the month. Being in Africa, I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to like catch up big time. And I almost didn't even make I think it's called Q1 for
Mm-hmm.
South Africa. I almost didn't make it last month. So it was hard to do that last month, but going to Summit and just seeing the success that everyone had so fast, I was like, yeah, like this is doable. And I just need to like put in the work and just really, really be consistent and do what it takes. So. I don't know if we lost Nick.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, okay, some challenges I've had so far is as I've recruited people, some people have dropped off, and that was really hard for me. I remember talking to Nick in chat, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't like this, and I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do about, I send him like screenshots. I'm like, what do I do with this person? And he's like, you know what? You just focus on the people that are motivated, and that's all you can do. When we were at Success Summit, Nate talked about how we don't drag dead bodies. And so we're just not going to drag people along that are not driven, that aren't interested. There are people who this is not for. And so you don't focus on those people. And so that was a big challenge for me. It's still hard, it takes work to get people to, do that post, and you're training them and everything, and it's your time, and time is currency. And so it's really hard to see them, say, this isn't for me, or just to kind of like stop responding to your text and your messages. I know some members of my team have had, struggles with that too. So the main point and the thing to remember is just that you can't drag them, and they have to want it, and it is work. So you just focus on those that are motivated.
Love that. Thank you. So it was really that event, right? So that event helped you kind of see that bigger picture, showed you how fast people were growing their business, and helped you believe that you can do it too, right?
Yeah, totally.
It helped you kind of get the mindset of, as far as leading your team and focusing on those who really want this. And so we have Team Elite University coming up here on August 18th and 19th, and you're planning to come to that, right? And bringing your team with you?
Yes, I will be there. Yeah. But I won't drag them to come.
You rope them up, put them in the back of your car, right? That's how you know they're coming. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Apologize for making everybody wait, technical difficulties, but I'm just proud of you guys for all your heart and just the inspiration you are to these different people, because you guys have all been through different challenges, but you guys are both examples of no excuses, of always having a great attitude, and just really proud of you guys. And so thanks a lot for jumping on tonight, and we'll get you guys on here soon again.
Okay, so, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.